Have you ever wondered what would happen if you started investing at the worst possible time? Imagine you finally decide to take control of your financial future, put your hard-earned money into the stock market, and then, boom, the market crashes. Prices fall, your portfolio turns red and panic sets in. What would you do? Would you pull your money out, accept the loss and walk away? Or would you stick with it and find a way to turn things around? This is exactly what happened to a group of investors back in early 2022. They had just completed an investment course, feeling confident and ready to take their first steps in the market. But just as they were about to begin, the market started collapsing. Stocks that once seemed promising lost nearly half their value. For many, it felt like the worst possible time to start investing. But was it really? Let's take a step back. If you've been following the market for a while, you know that it moves in cycles. There are times when everything looks great, stocks are soaring, and everyone is making money. Then, there are moments when fear takes over, prices drop, and people start questioning whether they should have invested in the first place. These cycles repeat over and over again. But here's the important part. The people who truly succeed in investing are the ones who understand how to navigate these ups and downs. Think about it like this. Imagine you're learning how to swim. Would you rather practice in a calm, shallow pool where everything is easy? Or would you rather develop real skills that allow you to handle the waves and currents of the ocean? If you only swim when the water is calm, the moment things get rough, you'll panic and sink. But if you've trained yourself to handle difficult conditions, you'll stay afloat no matter what. That's exactly what successful investors do. They don't just invest when things are easy. They prepare themselves for all kinds of market conditions. And this brings us back to the story of the investors in early 2022. They were stepping into the market right when a storm was about to hit. It was a moment of uncertainty. Some people hesitated. Others considered waiting for a better time. But here's the thing. How do you know when the perfect time is? What if waiting means missing out on opportunities? At that moment, I faced a tough decision. I had been guiding these investors, helping them understand how to build long-term wealth. But now, I had to decide. Should I tell them to stop and wait until the market recovers, or should I encourage them to move forward despite the uncertainty? If I told them to wait, I would be contradicting everything I had taught them about long-term investing. But if I told them to keep going, I needed to be absolutely sure that the strategy we were using would still work, even in tough times. So I made a choice. I told them exactly what I'm about to tell you. Investing isn't about timing the market perfectly. It's about having the right strategy, the right mindset, and the discipline to stay the course. Because here's the truth, there will always be ups and downs. If you can learn how to handle them now, you'll be prepared for a lifetime of financial success. What happened next? Did those investors end up losing everything, or did they find a way to turn the situation into an opportunity? More importantly, what can you learn from their experience to make your own investments more successful? That's exactly what we're going to talk about next. So keep watching, because by the end of this, you'll have a strategy that can help you not just survive, but thrive, no matter what the market is doing. When the market took a nosedive in early 2022, many of the investors I was guiding faced a tough choice. Some felt like they had made a huge mistake, entering the market at what seemed like the absolute worst time. Others were tempted to cut their losses and get out before things got even worse. But then, something interesting happened. Instead of panicking, the investors who stuck with the strategy I had shared with them started to see the bigger picture. They weren't focused on the short-term drops. They were looking at what was ahead. And what they discovered was a game changer. Imagine you're hiking up a mountain. At the base, the path looks smooth, the sky is clear, and you feel unstoppable. But as you climb higher, the trail gets rough, the wind picks up, and suddenly it feels like every step is a struggle. This is the moment when most people think about turning back. But here's what experienced hikers know. If you keep going, the view from the top is always worth it. That's exactly how long-term investing works. When the market dips, it feels like you're walking uphill in bad weather. But if you understand the strategy and stay on course, you'll reach the top, while others are still stuck at the bottom, waiting for the perfect moment to start climbing. The strategy I encourage them to follow is called dollar cost averaging, DCA. It's a simple yet powerful method that takes advantage of market fluctuations instead of fearing them. Here's how it works. Instead of investing a large sum of money all at once and hoping the market is in your favor, you invest a fixed amount regularly, whether the market is up, down, or somewhere in between. This means that when prices are high, you buy fewer shares, but when prices drop, you get more shares for the same amount of money. Over time, this approach helps smooth out the ups and downs and reduces the risk of making one bad investment decision at the wrong time. Now, let's go back to our group of investors. They started investing in January 2022, right when the market peaked. If they had put all their money in at once, they would have faced steep losses as prices plummeted. But because they followed the DCA strategy, they kept investing the same amount every month, buying shares at different price points. And what happened? By the time the market started recovering, they had accumulated shares at much lower prices. So, while others were still trying to figure out when to jump back in, these investors were already positioned for growth. They had turned what looked like the worst timing into an advantage. This is the secret most new investors don't realize. It's not about trying to predict the market. It's about staying consistent through the ups and downs. The ones who succeed aren't the ones who get lucky with perfect timing. They're the ones who stay in the game no matter what. And here's the best part. This strategy isn't just for the people who invested in 2022. It works in any market condition. Whether you're starting today, tomorrow, or a year from now, if you commit to investing regularly and focusing on the long term, you're setting yourself up for success. So the real question is, are you ready to take control of your financial future? Because now, we're going to dive into the next step, how to apply this strategy effectively and start building wealth with confidence. Keep watching, because the next part is where things get really exciting. At this point, you might be thinking, all right, I get it. Dollar cost averaging works. Staying consistent through market ups and downs is the key. But how do I actually do it? Where do I start? That's exactly what we're going to talk about now. Because having the right mindset and strategy is one thing, but knowing how to take action is what truly makes the difference. For the group of investors who started in early 2022, simply understanding the strategy wasn't enough. They needed to know exactly how to apply it. They needed a plan. One that wasn't complicated or overwhelming, but something that fit into their lives naturally. And that's where my investment course came in. Not as a set of dry lectures filled with numbers and charts, but as a step-by-step guide to building real financial confidence. Because, let's be honest, most people don't invest, not because they don't want to, but because they feel lost. They're afraid of making mistakes, choosing the wrong stocks, or not knowing where to put their money. But here's the truth. Investing doesn't have to be complicated. The approach I teach is designed for people who are starting from scratch, people who might not know the difference between a stock and a bond, but who want to take control of their financial future. We start from the absolute basics, making sure you have the right foundation. Think of it like learning to drive. You wouldn't get behind the wheel and head straight for the highway on your first day, right? First, you'd learn the controls, practice in a safe environment, and build your confidence. That's exactly what this course does for investing. So what do we cover? First, we lay the groundwork. We talk about why investing matters, how to plan your finances, and how to set up a system that works for your goals. This isn't about chasing quick profits. It's about making smart, long-term decisions that will serve you for decades to come. Then, we dive into the stock market itself. How does it work? What are the different types of investments you can choose from? How do successful investors make their money? Instead of overwhelming you with technical terms, I break it down into real-life examples that actually make sense. Once you understand the market, we move on to investment strategies. Passive investing, active investing, value investing. These aren't just buzzwords. They're proven methods that can help you grow your wealth, and I show you how to choose the one that fits your personality and goals. But here's the most important part: taking action. This is where we move beyond theory and get practical. How do you actually open an investment account? How do you choose a brokerage? What steps do you need to take to make your first trade? I guide you through each step so you're never left wondering what to do next. And just like the investors who started in 2022, you'll learn how to stay the course no matter what happens in the market. You'll develop the discipline to keep investing consistently, whether the market is booming or in a downturn. By the end of this journey, you won't just understand investing. You'll be an investor, someone who doesn't wait for the perfect moment, but knows how to build wealth over time, step by step. Now, if you're feeling even the slightest bit curious about how this could change your financial future, don't ignore that feeling, because the difference between those who build wealth and those who don't is simple: action. And here's the good news: you don't have to do this alone. The course is open for enrollment right now, and if you're ready to take the next step, you can sign up today. Of course, you can choose to keep waiting, keep thinking about investing, keep hoping for the right time. But remember, every day you wait is a day your money isn't working for you. So, what's it going to be? The choice is yours. But if you're ready to start, I'll be here to guide you every step of the way. Let's do this together.